We got a good one here, Benny. You ready? Saints,
No.
Patriots.
No.
Saints are heading to Foxborough, and they're going to be going up. Right now, see, the line's been interesting. So the line that I have here is Patriots are 1-point underdogs. Let me go check the live one
Should
right
be
now.
15-point underdogs.
No, because I know there has been a lot of line movement on this one, Ben, and I don't know if you'd be surprised or not. Let me see what this line's at right now.
I don't care.
Are we favorites or underdogs?
I will guess underdogs.
Yeah, so we are 1-point underdogs. What I had was right. 1-point underdogs at home to the Saints. 39 is the over-under.
Isn't that embarrassing? You're home. You're home against the New Orleans Aints. And you're an underdog. How much have you fallen for that to be the case? How bad are you for that to be the case? This team has no talent. They have no talent. With Judon and Gonzalez getting hurt, they have no high-end talent. None whatsoever. I've always said I'm a big Mac Jones fan. Aiden, have you ever heard me put in the word elite with Mac Jones?
No.
He's good. He's very good. When he's playing well, he's very good. He's not a high-end talent quarterback. Hunter Henry, you've heard me talk about him. Have I ever said elite about Hunter Henry?
No.
No. That's not high-end talent. The O-line. This is the worst O-line I have ever seen in New England in my 22 years of living. They stink. They can't block. Ramondre Stevenson is a good running back, and he can't get anywhere past 1 yard. That's not on him. It's not his burst. It's not his speed. It's not his power. It's the O-line. The O-line can't block. They can't block for Mac. They can't block for Ramondre. They have no receiver talent. None. Kendrick Bourne has disappeared since Philadelphia. Disappeared since that game. Mike Gesicki has been their second best player on offense behind Hunter Henry, and I think he has 9 combined catches from all the games. So there's that. Christian Gonzalez out for the season. Easily your best young player. Was probably your second best player so far. Matt Judon, your bar none most talented and best player. He's out for 2 months. Okay, that's good. That's really fun. That's awesome. Bill Belichick. Where you been? Where you been, Bill? Where you been? Sunday against Dallas. It wasn't even... The team looked awful. It was horribly coached and horribly managed. And I know you can say, well, Mac turned the ball over 3 times. Sure, he did. Did you feel confident once during that game? No, you didn't. Because they have no talent. The Dallas Cowboys have a lot of talent. And Bill Belichick thinks he's coaching a league where he can outsmart talent. You can't do that anymore. It's not how the league works. The league's been trending that way for 6 years now. He's able to cover it up a little bit for the first 4 years of that. Last 2, no way. Couldn't do it. Has no talent. Doesn't spend money on talent. Doesn't add offensive talent. The main problem with this team is talent. I've said it a million times, and I'm going to say it again. They have no fucking talent at all, anywhere. No speed, really no youth, especially with Gonzalez out. You trade for J.C. Jackson, okay. Is he going to turn into J.C. Jackson from 3 years ago? No, he's not. You ruined Mac Jones with Matt Patricia as his OC. Season's over. This team sucks. They're going to lose by 14 this week. They're bad. They're a bad team. They're bad. What else do you want me to say? They're not good. They're not a good team. They're really not. What do you look at on that team and say, wow, that's good? They got something there.
No, I mean, you're right. You're right on a lot of what you just said there. The thing that I will say here is one with the O-line here. There were expectations of this line being pretty solid going into the year. Obviously, Isaiah Wynn is gone. You've got starters from the left to right side that are either have done good things for us in the past or have been doing good things for us recently, through and through. And if each of them were healthy, there was an idea of, okay, we could have a good sensible O-line. And it's not been the case. We haven't been able to pass block. We haven't been able to run block. And I think for this offense, the rush attack is the most important thing to start out, because if Ramondre's not cooking, if
no
you
one
know
is.
exactly, if we're not getting the play action game going through the run, there's no offense here. I mean, one of the biggest things with our receivers, I feel, is a lot of them have some big playability, but they can't go up and make a 50-50 catch. They can't
No.
they can't make a play in
No.
coverage. So the reason why play action is so important with us is because it gives them a couple of feet of separation. It gives them a yard of separation here or there. If there's no separation, these guys are not going to go ahead and make plays. And listen, I love Kendrick Bourne, and I think he's got all the talent in the world. But as a wide receiver too, like if he's going out there getting covered by Sauce Gardner, I'm sorry, like he'll put up 3 catches for 30 or something. He's not going to give you a Stephon Diggs performance. Exactly, like
nothing more than that.
But if you do open it up with a play action with different schemes and plays, I think he's a guy that's a perfect 2 for a team.
Yeah, I agree. I think Kendrick Bourne could be a number 2 receiver on a legit contender.
Yeah.
Like,
agreed,
100%
with the correct use, and granted, he's had some mistakes, but he's young and he's an undrafted rookie. Demario Douglas, I think he's got some talent with him. He's fast and he's sparky.
The consistency is not there with him.
I don't think we're using him. I don't think we're using him in the best way. One thing I'd really love for us, maybe it's too late now, but next season, let's get some speed. All right, let's get some more speed at receiver.
Well, Aiden,
let's get some shifty guys, and let's put them in motion. All right, let's get an innovative mind in that offensive room, and let's put them in motion. Let's have them run around a little bit. Gives us some Tyreek route looks.
You're going to turn over coordinator again?
No, not turn over coordinator. I'm thinking, get some fresh blood in there, whether it's a QB coach that's young, whether it's a receiver coach that wants to get up. Get him up there and have him be like a quality control guy or something, some input there.
I really don't. I know. Bill O'Brien is not the problem. He's not. And I'm not saying that you are saying that. I'm saying that's why it's so goddamn concerning. It just shows that you have no good players. These play calls are not bad. They're good. They're good play calls. Nearly 90% of the stuff he does, I'm like, that makes sense. That has rationale to it. That makes sense for this moment. Good play call. No one executes. No one. Not a single person executes outside of Hunter Henry, who's like, what, the 9th best tight end in the league? Just off the top of my head? Like, that's your best weapon? The 9th best tight end? Like, really? That's what you're going to give your quarterback who you screwed over last year with a DC who wasn't even a good DC as the offensive coordinator who, for the first time, another thing that was wildly concerning, for the first time in watching Mac, a lot of his picks were, he just didn't have the arm to get it there. He just didn't have the arm strength to put it in that spot. He just missed that one. Last week, 2 horrible reads. Horrible.
Yeah.
2 reads that I never thought we'd see him make.
I mean, I don't know if you saw the analysis of like Edelman breaking down his cross field throws, cross body, cross field. Did it the one time, got away with it. 2 plays later, he's like, oh, if it worked, let me try it again. Yep. I mean, we've got to be like, it's disappointing. It really is. And I thought we were going to have some really bright spots this year, and it looked like we were after that Eagles game. It looked like we were going to be a competitive team.
It looked like they were actually building to something. Even if they didn't make the playoffs, it was going to be like, oh, okay. They'll go like 7-10 at bare minimum and look like, oh, they could make a leap into next season.
Yeah.
At this point, I understand it's only week 4, and the NFL is the biggest overreaction sport in the league. 4 weeks in, if you're Robert Kraft and you're looking at it rationally, you're saying, okay, I'm likely looking for a new quarterback, and I'm likely looking for a new head coach. So, where do you go? Honestly, where do you go from there? You need a complete turnover on roster. You need to start from scratch. This team sucks. There's nothing good about it. No bright spots on the roster right now. None. With Judon being out and Gonzalez being out, no Not at all. Not at
Yeah,
all.
I honestly, I think one of the biggest things here is that we never fully committed to. All right, like we're in a rebuild post Brady.
Mm-hmm.
We were always trying to be
Just trying
good
to put
with
a
what we
Band-Aid
got.
over it, trying to put
Exactly,
some
putting a
duct
Band-Aid
tape over the
over.
leak in the boat.
Exactly,
And now it's exposed.
Yeah, we've had some decent pieces. Like I think Kyle Duggar is great. I think Gonzalez is great. I love that draft pick. I think
Uche's great.
Judon was a great signing. Uche is great.
There's good players on the team.
But I agree. No, I completely agree. I think that we never fully commit to like, all right, we have to rebuild this team in a way. So we never got a super high pick.
When they took Mac.
We never traded for extra. We never traded a top like a good player.
Yeah.
For picks. You know, like that's a huge part of the rebuild because you need high picks. You really do. You need high picks. You need capital, and we never had that.
I was just gonna say, once you picked Mac. And you made the playoffs that first year, right away, you make the decision of, well, we're not going to rebuild the roster because we just made the playoffs with a rookie quarterback. Who knows where we could go from here? At that moment, you trade capital, draft capital, to get him a number one receiver. Because when your older roster inevitably erodes, you need that quarterback to be elite.
Yeah.
And what's the way we see developing quarterbacks isn't the same now as it used to be 10, 15 years ago. Now, you find a quarterback with some promise, throw in a number one receiver, and you have a franchise quarterback. That's how the league is now. That's how it goes.
Bona fide number one will cover a lot of your problems nowadays.
And they didn't do that. They had to decide right away when they first drafted him, we're rebuilding right now, and we're going to give this 4 years to build something. And they said, no, we're just going to add this young QB in, and then they didn't improve.
How many receivers did we have the chance to grab in recent times? I mean, we one pick off of Justin Jefferson.
Well, if you want to include draft picks along with receivers you could have traded for, which is what I thought you meant. There's so 25.
I mean, even this past year, I mean, there are guys that are sitting there. It's like JSN, like Jackson Smith and Jigba. You go get him. He could be Mac's number one guy. Well, I love Christian Gonzalez, but in general, it's
even a guy like Christian Watson was there when you take Cole Strange,
Romeo Dobbs. I mean, there are guys that
so many options that you just didn't take, and
we get Tyquan Thornton, and the guy can't even fucking get on the field.
He stinks. He sucks.
He can't even get on the fucking field. How many times do we have to draft a guy that can't make it to the field or make a catch on the field?
And look at the Eagles.
At least draft a serviceable guy.
Look at the Eagles. What the fuck? Eagles miss on receiver in the draft. 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 What do? Go trade for a guy. You go trade for a guy. You go make your own luck. It's not wait for a guy to fall to you. It's, this is a problem on our team. Let's be aggressive. Let's address this with a commodity that we know is good and fix it from there. I'm so done with the Pats at this moment. I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
All right. Well, with all that said, just to skew from our weekly Patriot pick'ems, I'm going to go with the Patriots win, a gutsy win over the Saints somehow after all that shit talking.
No.
I'm going to go ahead and take us to win this one, and so we have a little bit of a difference here.
Saints 27, Pats 13. Book it. Saints 27, Pats 13.
You might as well throw a bet on that exact score, because if it hits, you feel like an asshole.
Fuck them. They stink. They stink. And I love Mac. I love Mac, and I've been very loyal to Mac. But when I'm questioning whether you're the guy, it's not.
That was
not a good sign.
Yeah, I agree. That was a wake up performance for everyone.
That was really bad. That was really bad.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's.
I'm the guy that defended him when they lost 47-17 in the playoffs to Buffalo, which I still think is warranted. He didn't play poorly in that game. They just got destroyed. What was he gonna do? But that game against fucking Dallas on Sunday, boy, his fingerprints were all over that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's been just bad after bad, multiple different showings of it, and they're
just not a good team. They're not a good team. They're not good. They're not good. We were wrong. They're not good.
Okay, so Thrive Fantasy, the proud partners of the Jags, the Chargers, but now most importantly, Tipsy Tailgate Media. So go ahead, head over to the
Obviously,
link in our bio. Easily the biggest option
obviously.
there. Go ahead, head to the link in our bio below, or thrivefantasy.com and use promo code Tipsy when you sign up. You're going to want to deposit at least $25 into your account, and the lovely people over at Thrive are going to match that 100%. In fact, they're going to match any deposit up to $250 100%. So go ahead, place as much as you want in there with a minimum of 25 and deposit it using promo code Tipsy. As I said, you're going to place a bet on the NFL, the MLB, there's postseason going on as well, week 5 NFL, whatever you're feeling the mood for, go ahead, place a bet on that. They give out some of the best payouts in the entire industry. And if you sign up, deposit $25, place your $50 bet thanks to Thrive, and you lose, you can move on with your day knowing that you did Tipsy and your boys at Tipsy a favor. Now, if you do win, then I feel like, at least our experience, we've had a great time with Thrive. So you can go and you can keep playing. But the biggest thing to know is you're going to want to go and head over to Tipsy Tailgate Media at Instagram. Go ahead and DM us with proof that you placed that $25 bet using code Tipsy before October 15th to enter into a cash giveaway. $150 going to be given out over on a giveaway based on the many people that are DMing us on Tipsy Tailgate Media. So go ahead and head over there. Thrive is live in the available states listed in the description. So go out and check the link in our bio and enjoy the show because, listen, we're having a great time hosting you guys. So, we appreciate any support or help that you can go ahead and give us. So thanks to Thrive. And without further ado, let's get into Week 5 NFL. The boys stayed hot last week. Benny had a good slate. I went 5-1 on picks. We've just been really hot this year. I mean, the picks have been